guys, Blue Life here, and today I'm reviewing Star Trek First Contact. Now this is the second Next Generation film, and in my opinion, it is by far the best. It's right up there with Wrath of Khan. So the story in this is that the Borg are on their way to attack Earth. And of course, Starfleet sends a fleet of ships to meet them, to stop them. And unfortunately for Captain Picard and the crew of the Enterprise, Starfleet feels that Picard's previous connection with the Borg, in the TV series, he was actually assimilated and made part of the Borg. So they fear that he's emotionally compromised and wouldn't be fit for battling against them. So they send him out to sweep the neutral zone to see if the Romulans want to take advantage of the situation. But, you know, his crew pretty much like, hey, you know, your experience with the Borg would make you great for this battle. And you have a nice moment from Data where he goes, you know, believe I speak for everyone, sir, when I say, to hell with our orders. So they go zooming off to back towards Earth, and they join the fleet in battle, and they the Admiral's ship actually gets destroyed. So Captain Picard takes command of the fleet and tells them all to focus all their fire on one point of the cube, which Data points out is not an integral part of the ship, but they do it anyway, and the ship gets destroyed. And I don't know why Picard couldn't have just, you know, sent the fleet this information before, you know, before he actually came there, so they could have, I don't know, saved a couple ships. But hey, and by convenience, the Defiant is part of the fleet under the command of Worf. Yes, extremely convenient. So the Defiant's badly damaged, so they beam the survivors aboard, and Worf, you know, joins the crew again, and but unfortunately, a Borg sphere gets out of the cube and heads for Earth and creates a temporal wave or something like that, and the Enterprise follows them and gets caught up in this wake, and they scan Earth, and the atmosphere has changed, and it was like over a billion life forms on the planet, but they're all Borg. So the Borg have changed something in history, and so Picard, you know, they get caught in the wake, and apparently they're still there because they've gotten caught in this temporal wake, and they follow them back in time to stop whatever the Borg have done to the past to repair the timeline. And this is the basic plot. And I mean, you also, I mean, really, the reason it's called First Contact is because the Borg actually went to stop First Contact when Zefram Cochrane piloted his warp ship called the Phoenix, and this actually led to their first meeting with the Vulcan race. And so the Borg want to stop that and just assimilate Earth in the past. So you know, it's a neat plot. You know, normally time travel, it can be a little cumbersome, but you know what's really good about the writing in this is that they don't focus on that much. They just use it as just kind of a point in the script just to move the plot along, and they don't dwell on it. But I mean, you also get the Borg Queen in this, which really nice character, and also you know, there's just a lot of good things in this movie. I'm kind of doing this off the top of my head, so it's hard to remember everything. But I mean, you get Data experiencing a bit more what it means to be human. I mean, he's still got his emotion chip in from the previous film, and Picard really has to face some demons from the past, in the form of the Borg Queen. And and it's just a really fun action film. And I think this is a good Star Trek film that people that don't like Star Trek can watch and enjoy. Because if you just watch it as like a sci-fi action film, it's very enjoyable. And it's even more enjoyable for Star Trek fans. So, I just really, really love the story in this, and I think it's written extremely well. And it's just a really good story. So definitely an A+ for me on that. Now, the picture quality in First Contact is very similar to Generations. I mean, you still have a nice amount of detail. As I said, I mean, the Next Generation films look much better than the original series do. I mean, with First Contact, it does have kind of a darker color palette. But as I said, I mean, you do get more detail. And so, I'm going to give the picture quality a B+. Now, for these special features, you get not one, not two, but a whopping 3 commentary tracks. The first with the director, Jonathan Frakes, who also co-starred in the film as First Officer Commander Riker. The second commentary track is from screenplay writers Brandon Braga and Ronald D. Moore. And then the third one, which is exclusive to the Blu-ray, is a commentary by Damien Lindelof and Anthony Pascal. You also get the library computer modes, where if you have this mode activated when you're watching the film, if you're not too familiar with kind of phrases that they say, like warp drive or what the Borg are, I mean, it'll actually show on the top right corner, and you can click on it and get the definition. Also, you have a Making First Contact, the story featurette, the missile silo, the deflector dish featurette. See, you get another featurette called From A to E. Gets a few different scene deconstructions: Borg Queen assembly, escape pod launch, Borg Queen's demise. And then in the Star Trek universe, you get a tribute to Jerry Goldsmith, who is one of the he actually scored the film, and I should say that the score of this is great. And I think Jerry Goldsmith actually had a lot to do with most, if not all, of the Star Trek themes. You also get the legacy of Zefram Cochrane. And of course, Zefram Cochrane was one who invented warp drive, and the first time we saw him was actually in an episode of the original series. I think it was called The Changeling, maybe. And let's see, you also get a featurette called First Contact: The Possibilities. Now, we get a couple other featurettes, Industrial Light and Magic: The Next Generation. This is in HD, as well as Greetings from the International Space Station, also in HD. Spaceship One's Historic Flights in HD, and Brent Spiner, Data and Beyond, Part 2, and that's in HD. And this is when the actor just talks about how he started out and got into Star Trek. You also have a Trek Roundtable, Starfleet Academy SciSec brief, talk about the temporal vortex, and as I've said before, these are kind of neat pieces, but they're just extra fluff added on. Let's see, you also get some featurettes on the Borg Collective, Unimatrix 1, The Queen, Design Matrix. Also, see, you get some storyboards, 1930s Nightclub, Hull Battle alternate shots, Worf versus the Borg, photo gallery, and then you also get a number of different trailers, a teaser trailer and a theatrical trailer. So that's all for these special features. So I'm going to go ahead and give those a B+, which brings the overall score for Star Trek First Contact to a B+. This is a great film. I definitely recommend you checking this out, even if you're not a Star Trek fan. Alright guys, till next time.